Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that pass! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out! Hello and welcome along to the match between South Africa and Canada in the World Cup 2026 here on TCHub Live. I'm Russ Vernon and I'll be getting you through this game today alongside my esteemed colleague Daniel Money for the game. He is on co-comms. We'll bring in Dan in a few moments' time. Unfortunately, due to technical issues last night, we were unable to bring you the second half of the England game against Panama. We apologise for that. And we're back today with this game between South Africa and Canada. The first half in that England game no longer available on our channel due to technical issues. But thank you for those who listened to the first half coverage with Mike and Nick yesterday. So back to our match today. It's the first match of the round of 32. And one of these two sides will be going home tonight from the competition. And one of these sides will be progressing to the round of 16. I mean, normally this would be the round of 16 match, but due to the number of teams in the tournament, it's just an extra round in this one. We'll look at the two lineups very, very shortly. But first of all, let's bring in my co-commentator, Daniel Money. And Dan, this should be a good game, this one today. What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm actually looking forward to see the attacking lineup of Canada with Jonathan David and his partner, Tony Oluwabesi. I was hoping to see Kyle Larin up front, the Southampton forward, but you know, I'm not the manager of Canada and he's picked the team he feels best. And I'm also hoping to see South Africa with a much better disciplinary record following their 2 red cards on the opening day. I don't think they haven't had any further red cards since the opening day, but they have picked up a number of yellows, and I do believe Is it the end of the group game, or is it the end of this round that yellow cards are wiped out? I've had a conflicting information.
I believe it's the end of the knockout of the group stage, or it could be round of 32. I think it's the group stage from what I saw yesterday, because they did say that if Declan Rice had picked up the yellow card for England in the game yesterday, which unfortunately didn't. Luckily for England, he didn't play. They would have missed our round of 32 game. Because he didn't play due to his calf injury, he survived that. And I've got some positive news. He is fit to play on Wednesday. If anyone's new here, please drop us a like and drop us a subscribe. It's free to do so. And it will help grow the channel as we're looking to grow this channel. The teams are going through the national anthems as we speak right now. So my first port of call will be to look at the teams today, starting off with South Africa, who landed with Rowan Williams in goal, the captain, Gurumuda, Im Okon, Mbake and Mabida at the back. Mokene Sito in front of them in a 4-2-3-1 formation from Hugo Bruce's side. Mascaro, Mofenga, Apolis, Macapaya leads the line. On the bench is Burnley's Lyle Foster, who in my opinion played well in their opening match of the tournament. Let's take a look then at Canada, who are managed by former Leeds boss Jesse Marsh. Maxime Crepeau starts in goal. Alison Johnson, Jose Bobito, Day Cornelius, Richie Lauren across the back. They're playing a 4-4-2 formation. Midfield then is Tyjon Buchanan, Nathan Saliba, Stefan Esquito, the captain, Liam Miller, and then the forwards of Jonathan David and Tanu Aloese leading the line. On the bench, Alphonso Davies, the Bayern Munich man, he is on the bench. Thomas David also on the bench for them. He'll be able to come on and promise the fans that he will get a goal or two for Canada tonight. Let's take a look then at today's officials, who are going to be between in the middle and also in VAR as well. João Pinheiro of Portugal is the man in the middle. Bruno Jesus with Luciano Maia is the assistants. For official, it's Omar Al-Ali with Mohamed Al-Mohamed, the reserve assistant referee. The referee on the field and his two assistants. Today it's Carlos del Cerro Grande from Spain, and he is assisted by Rodolfo Toschi from Brazil and Hernan Maslango from Argentina. And obviously, Dan, you've just seen the lineups there. Where do you think the key battles will be, as we just see a shot there of the two goalkeeping stats? Their save percentage of 66.7 for Ronwen Williams, while 57.1% for Maxime Crepeau there. The official rate of 1.33 for the Canadian and 2.0 for the South African. But where do you think the key battles will be today, Dan?
I think the key battles, Russ, will be in midfield, with South Africa playing a 4-2-3-1 and Canada playing a 4-4-2. I can see South Africa with that extra man, with Mofokeng dropping back, dominating the midfield. I think it's very important that South Africa try and keep Nathan Saliba, who's got 2 assists in the tournament, quiet and don't give him too much time on the ball. But I think whoever wins the midfield and whoever controls the midfield will have the best chance to go on and win this game, Russ.
Yes, that's what I'm looking at as well. As we say, very good evening to our good friend Mr. Luke Turton, who is tuned in tonight. Luke, hopefully doing well, my friend. And also thank you very much for choosing us to listen to this game with tonight as we're waiting the kickoff. We've just seen the officials again out on the field of play right now as get ready to do the coin toss, as we just see a shot of the VAR officials there as well. Looking forward to bringing you this game tonight. As we see there, the team form as well in the middle of your screen there as well. And South Africa did well in their group, but Canada surprised a few people getting out of the group, especially under Jesse Marsh, as myself included, a lot of Leeds fans. They really rate him at Leeds and didn't think he'd do a good job with Canada, but I've got to say he has done a remarkable job with the Canadian national side as Jesse Marsh. And just while we wait for the kick-off to get underway, Dan, what is your thoughts on how Jesse Marsh has done with Canada since he's took over?
I think he's done a fantastic job, Russ. I haven't been following Canada very much, but, you know, to get host nation, you know, I think there's always big expectations, no matter who you are when you are the host nation. To get out of the groups, I think, is a minimum requirement or a minimum expectation. But I think he's done very well. I'm just going to go back and have a look, see some of the former games Canada have had. And, you know, 0-0 against Tunisia. They beat Uzbekistan. They've had a 1-1 draw with the Republic of Ireland and Bosnia and with Republic of Ireland. So he has done very well. I mean, they're not really known for as a footballing nation, Canada. Hopefully this World Cup and their performances in it will highlight the sport and give it some growth in Canada.
Yes, and I'm just seeing Jesse Marsh there sat on a top of a drinks bucket type thing. I think he's thinking he's another former Leeds man in Marcelo Bielsa, who does that to Uruguay. Uruguay went home after the group stage. Not a very good tournament for them as we get ready to get this game off and underway very, very shortly. It will be Canada to kick us off, attacking the goal away to my right hand side in this first half in a few seconds time, as we're about to get this game underway any second now. And the referee has blown his whistle and we're now off and underway in this first round of 32 match. And Canada just have this ball on this near side through the number 17 there in the number 15 there. Number 2 there was Johnson there, which was a good bit of play there over on that far side. It remains 0-0 early exchanges of this as we watch this game unfold in front of us tonight, as we now got the ball at the back for South Africa. They just play the ball across from the left side of centre back to the right side of centre back, and that has gone from Mbake to Okup, and he's had a play for a throw in, which will be taken by Muda over on that far side. Taking place at the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, midday kick-off over there for the people out in Los Angeles, where obviously off to remote audio-based commentary, studio-based commentary, and we're broadcasting it from England, and it's just gone 8 o'clock in the evening over here. There's a good bit of pressure from Canada to force South Africa to 2 early throw-ins on this. One on the far side, one on this near side is coming towards the Canadian officer. The referee starts counting down from the 5-second ruling, which has come into the tournament, and I think that's been one of the better rulings in the tournament to stop time wasting on goal kicks, set pieces. It's Canada now with Miller charging forward to the edge of the penalty area. We'll get Dan's thoughts on that in a moment as Laura gets forward from the left back position, left hand side of the penalty area. South Africa have defended really well there as Miller got back to defend that one. Miller's there again, good bit of play this from Canada, and then South Africa defend well there, and it's out of play from Miller, but good bit of play this, and good start to this, and we'll get Dan's thoughts on the ruling from the officials in a moment as the ball's just gone behind for a goal kick to South Africa. Miller charging down the clearance from Miller. And Dan, what's your thoughts on the new rulings that's coming to the World Cup, the time wasting ones and some of the other ones as well that's been implemented in this tournament?
I think they're a good idea, Russ. I think some of them haven't been enforced as much, especially the 5-second throw-in. I think there's been plenty of occasions where players have taken longer than 5 seconds. But with some of the rulings, I think with the Almiron covering his mouth, following an altercation, being shown a red card, that one enforced. I'd just like to see him a lot more consistency with the new rules.
Yes, you're going down when you finish your point, mate.
I was going to say the substitution one as well. I like that one. They've got to get off. They've only got 10 seconds to leave the pitch, isn't it? Or they have to leave at the nearest point. Otherwise, it prevents them coming on for 60 seconds. I think you see something like that in the France-Norway game where Mbappe was trying to get off and he asked the referee to pass the captain's armband to Chouameni, I think it was. Just if they're going to have these rules, we want them enforced and we want consistency with them.
Indeed, Dan, as here comes Canada now with Cornelius, just coming up towards the centre circle on the left-hand side. Looks as there's too many rules in football for his liking, and that's part of mine as well, my thinking as well, as here comes Canada down the right-hand side for Buchanan. Good bit of play forward towards Johnston. Buchanan is there again, but so too is Madiba, who's defended well and wins his side a free kick there. Madiba does well together, free kick there, got pushed over by Buchanan, then he caught him as he's trying to get up and then flung himself to the ground there. Buchanan, poor choice from the Canadian. 4 minutes gone, here remains 0-0 between South Africa and Canada in the round of 32 match of the World Cup. Hopefully, Dan, I don't get a 0-0 draw today, because last time I had a co-commentator alongside me, Alex Peters, I had a 0-0 draw in that game, so hopefully it's not another 0-0 and we'll go to extra time and potentially penalties, as the 132 times will go all the way to penalties should it be a draw after 90 minutes and after extra time. But let's hope we don't have to do that today, Daniel. Let's hope we don't have the first extra time.
I would like a result after 90 minutes, Russ.
Yeah, it would be good. So if anybody from Canada or South Africa is listening, please finish it inside 90 minutes if you can, please, tonight. That's mine and Dan's personal request to you both. All you 22 players out on the field and the coaching staff as well. Make sure he finishes inside 90 minutes, please. As the ball is over on that far side, and South Africa tries to come out from the back, and he's just punched and down for the wonderful break here now for South Africa. There's the number 17, Mugambo, towards the edge of the penalty area to the number 10, Mofinga. And the strike comes in, pushed away to safety by the goalkeeper, and then Johnston has to clear it away. A brilliant save from Krepu there inside the Canadian half, and inside the Canadian goal, South Africa come close with a shot, and then good piece of defending down the other end from South Africa, and we're back to see, and he cleared away, but good bit of pressure there from South Africa down.
I love a bit of pressure there from South Africa on us. And, I don't know what it is with goalkeepers nowadays. They seem to want to make saves photographic. I think Crepio could have done a lot better there to that. No need to push it away. And when he did push it away, I think he should have been up to his feet quicker to try and claim the ball, take the pressure off his defence a little.
Now, the strike comes in from distance from Canada. He's just over the crossbar there from the number 7. It's Gwento, the standing captain today. There's main captain Alfonso Davis is off the field of players. We've seen this strike again from McKenna. We saw Krepu push it away. Fantastic save, and I think he probably could have called that rather than just pushing it away. Rather than just pushing it away and then trying to go into the second game. I think he could have called that initially for the Canadian goalkeeper there. If you just show this, Canada in the 4-4-2 formation with South Africa in the 4-2-3-1 formation today. Both of these sides did fairly well in their respective groups. Canada in their group got to draw against Bosnia and Herzegovina. They then beat Qatar 6-0. Then lost to Switzerland 2-1. We'll break off and tell you about South Africa's run to the round of 32 in a moment. As a good piece of defending there from South Africa wins a goal kick. Then that's a good piece of defending from the number 14 there was back it. It was done really, really well. South Africa then lost the opening match to Mexico 2-0 in the opening match of the tournament, which I did that one, which if I was on my own for that commentary, I got goals in that one. They then were 1-1 with Czech Republic and then beat South Korea 1-0 to progress in second spot. So and Canada finished in second as well. So second place in both of their groups, Stan, and they did well to get through, didn't they, both of these sides?
I always thought Canada would get through, maybe not as a second place team, maybe as one of the third place qualifiers. I think a great result against Qatar obviously helped with Qatar having 2 players sent off. A good draw in their opening game against Bosnia and Herzegovina. I thought Bosnia would win that, and then losing 2-1 to Switzerland, which I expected the Swiss to win. But mind you,
we'll just pick up here, Dennis. Miller's on the ball for Canada. We'll a bit of play there from the left midfielder to Lowry, who gets his cross in and deflected behind for a corner there to Canada. Looks like it could be a corner. Aussie gone out for a goal kick. Let's look at this again. Lowry with the good run down there, good ball across, and it has gone behind for a corner. Good bit of play there from Canada, and South Africa did well to defend there, Dan, to get that ball out for the corner.
They did, and I know Alfonso Davies has got some pace, but the Sandin left back, wow, what a burst of pace there to get past his opposite number down the South African right back, Laria, and to get past Madua. Some fantastic bit of pace and the deflection out for a corner.
Yes, and the corner was taken and just cleared away from South Africa. They've now got a free kick, and I think he's ready for the goalkeeper to come and take it. As we see a shot of Gianni Infantino there in the crowd, the FIFA president. Shabalala, who scored in the opening match of the World Cup in 2014 against Mexico for South Africa, is also in the crowd today for this game. And this is good bit of play from the current club of South Africa to come forward on the left hand side. There's the number 6, Mobida. Good bit of play there. The man goes down. No free kick given as Canada will look to come forward here. As I don't think David just keeps all the possession and he's lost it. Now South Africa can come forward. But they've just given the ball away again. Cheaply giving the ball away down both sides at this moment in time. And that's nothing that the both managers would want to see in this game today.
No, you don't want to see it in any game. You want your teams to maintain possession when they have the ball, and then obviously when they lose possession, you'd like them to win it back as quickly as they can. Just seeing that again from South Africa, some good pressing. I think I've been impressed with the way both sides have been pressing early on in this first half, Russ.
Yes, I've been impressed as well. And South Africa will have possession, just play towards this near side to Polish. Good bit of control there from the number 7 for South Africa, who dropped deep from his striker position to get involved in the game because he's not really got involved in much of the early possession and early bit of play from South Africa. But it's now back with their goalkeeper and captain Williams. And if you're new here, guys, just want to remind you, please drop us a like, drop us a subscribe, and make sure you share it out to your friends, share it out to your family, and get people involved, and make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. It's free to do both of those. And as we are looking to grow our channel and begin more commentaries like this one, not from just myself and Dan, but from the rest of the team, Paul, Nick, Mike, Alex, plenty of other people will be hoping to get on board. Spoke to another potential recruit earlier today. We're hopefully going to listen to this one tonight, so big thank you to you if you are listening. You know you are. I spoke to earlier on this afternoon as the number 2 of Canada Johnston is coming forward from down the right hand side into the number 12 there, Luese, who's just lost out there, and Canada give away the free kick, foul. It goes over there. And then one thing I've not really spoke to you about yet, and I've not really heard your opinions of. What is your thoughts on the hydration breaks that's been happening in this match, in this tournament, should I say?
Well, I've got to say, I've got to admit, I'm not a fan, but you know, we seem to forget footballers are human beings too. Bearing in mind the heat that we're suffering from, Russ, being in our studios in England, it must be very, very similar, if not worse, for the players playing out in USA, Mexico and Canada in the summer. So, you know, for health reasons, yes, it's got to be done, but for the flow of the game, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either, but like I said, due to the health reasons and health and safety concerns, I can understand why they have it. Here comes South Africa looking to try and get the opening goal in this match, and South Africa have done fairly well in controlling possession, but Canada have had a bit of joy as well. But South Africa coming forward this time inside the penalty area. They come back here, flick there as a man flash coming from the edge of the penalty area. As it remains South Africa 0, Canada 0. And if any of our listeners are listening out there, give us your thoughts on the hydration break. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the hydration break, as Canada will come forward as Jonathan David plays a wonderful ball for Miller. And Miller's got Oluosi inside the penalty area. Brilliant about their defensive work from the number 14. Well, Mbaxi gets back and defends really well then. Dan.
Some fantastic defending, Russ. I'd like to see that again to see if they should have got through. But yes, some great defending. Covered the ground well. Didn't overcommit. Concedes a corner, but you know, some great covering.
Yes, absolutely there, and the referee has given a goal kick in the end. They've overturned. He's saying he got the final touch from the Canadian man Miller, and the goal kick has been taken now. So I'm surprised with that one there. And if anyone else is getting involved, does know your thoughts on the hydration break? I'd love to hear about that. Is the Canadians have it at the back. Big up to Alex Peters, who's with us, who says, great stuff, Dan and Russ. Thank you very much, Alex. We really do need, really good to have you tuned in tonight, my friend. Alex is another one of our colleagues here on the commentary hub, and a good colleague as well, good commentator as well. And I've I'm not going to praise him that much. Don't give him say that's going to make him feel like he's got a bigger egg than usual. As Alessi towards the penalty for David. David loses his footing and is played away by the number 13 Sito out there defending for South Africa. The midfielder coming back to help out his side and just getting the ball away, just as the number 17 Buchanan was coming in onto the ball. Just saw the danger and just poked it behind through a corner. But I do want to say that Nick has said to me that, Alex, if you're still here and listening, mate, Nick has said to me that he believes you have got IMG potential worthy of your commentaries, and I've got to say I do agree with that comment as well, and you do a remarkable job on the commentaries that you've done so far, and I'm sure the people you've worked with or people who've listened to your stuff will also say so themselves. It's a corner, Masuga, it was better, and a shot comes in and just wide from Canada. I think it was Jonathan David with the effort, just wide it was from that corner. And a wonderful ball in again, but just the corner just couldn't direct his effort on to the target there, Jonathan David. And he's one of the players, he said, you're looking forward to seeing him. One of the standouts up front for Canada, he said, down there.
Yes, he's. I think he's had a pretty underwhelming season at Juventus. I think he's more of a backup striker than the main man there. But his form at Lille was fantastic, which probably keeps him as Canada's number one forward. And just couldn't wrap his foot around that, could he? A good effort, maybe a bit more minutes under his belt for his club, and he might have took that one, Russ.
Yes, I think he probably could have took that one as well. If I'm honest there, Dan probably should have done it a little bit better than with his effort there than I would have thought, in my opinion, but nevertheless, good chance in the end. It remains 0-0 if you just run into us this afternoon, or this morning, or this evening, depending where you are tuning in from. Coming up to just gone 17 minutes in this game, it remains 0-0 as Canada will come forward again. Olusu was just cleared away, and Jesse Marsh was called the ball as he went out for the throw-in, and Canada got on with it quickly because another ball got thrown to their taker on this near side, which would have been Johnston, the right back, who's over there now with Miller, who will look to control the play and bring this ball forward. It's the first of the last round of 32 matches. We'll bring you two of them tomorrow on the commentary hub, and we'll bring you more games throughout the tournament. And if you're tuned in for the first time today, missed any of our matches so far, you can go back and listen to them on the channel whenever you can, as we watch this game unfold between the two sides, as Canada will look to track back and stop South Africa from getting forward, and it's something that they've not really done much of so far in this game. And I think that Canada have got to control the play a little bit better, in my opinion, than when they've got the ball. What do you reckon about that assessment?
I think they do. I mean, I feel both sides are putting some nice passes together in their own defensive and midfield thirds, but as soon as it gets to the attacking third for both sides, it seems to filter out. A bit more patience, a bit more passing, a bit more control, and maybe a little bit more urgency when they go forward.
Yes, maybe, Dan, and I wonder if that's what the managers will be saying to them when they bring them in for the hydration break, which will be happening around about the 22nd minute of this game. So the first part of the first half, when they get to 22 minutes or thereabouts, the play will be stopped for an hydration break before the second part of the first half will continue till the half-time whistle. And then we'll have another hydration break in the second half. What I did like about one of the games earlier in the tournament, the France game the other night, where it started at 10 o'clock and finished at 1 o'clock in the morning, where in the second half, because of the long break due to the weather, they didn't have the hydration break in the second half, and it was football how we know it, where there's no hydration breaks. And it's good that we could have that again, but they've missed out in this tournament, and I don't feel like some of these matches where it's been raining or the roof is or they can have the roof closed, that they should have that, in my opinion. Dan, don't know whether you agree that they should still have it if the roof is closed or it's raining when kick-off is, and they should still have the hydration breaks. Do you think that should be the case then, or do you think the right to have it in every match of this tournament?
No, I don't think it's right to have it in every match. I think there should be like a minimum temperature. So if it hits, or a maximum temperature, so if it's a certain temperature, say, I don't know, 30 degrees Celsius, that's when you have the hydration breaks. If it comes under that, or like the England-Croatia game where the roof was closed and apparently the stadium was air conditioned, then I don't think there's a need for it.
Yes, thank you very much there, Dennis. Canada have just won themselves yet another free kick foul on Oluwase there, who's just gone down on the challenge as he tried to get away from his man, which was the number 12 of South Africa, Maskeo. A good piece of play, this one, as we watch this game unfold. If you're tuning in for the first time today, thank you very much for doing so. Please drop us a like, please drop us a subscribe, and get involved with the channel if you are new here. We're also on X, a Commentary Live one, or Twitter, whichever you call it these days. And we're also on Facebook as well. Just search for the Commentary on Facebook as the free kick for Kennedy towards the penalty, header towards goal, and saved by the goalkeeper Williams. There was an header there from Cornelius, so just below the offside trap and headed it down into the arms of the South African goalkeeper. We're on TikTok and on Instagram, the commentary of 92 as South Africa come away down the right hand side from Mascot in towards the penalty area. It goes, controlling the ball well, pulls the ball back to the edge of the penalty area. Shot coming in from the number 4 McKenna, and that was blocked from Esquento, the standing captain for Alfonso Davies, who's on the bench, the actual captain of the Canadian side. And this remains at 0-0, 22 minutes gone. So I think once the ball goes out of play, that's when we'll have the first hydration break of this tournament, or should I say, of the round of 32 matches. We've had it in all the other matches so far, and a pleasure to Paul's ears. I won't say end of the first quarter, I'll say end of the first part of the first half. Rather than, prior to this, I've been calling it quarters, as we are now going to end the first part of the first half as the players come across for the hydration break. And that must have been made of the first 23 minutes of this game.
So far, it's pretty even, Russ, isn't it? I know South Africa are dominating most of the possession, but that seems to be in their defensive third. Very similar shots, 2 for South Africa, 3 for Canada, each with 1 on target. I just had another look at the Cornelius header. I felt he could have done a lot better with that, and I think that was a better chance than it appeared, and maybe Canada should be going into this hydration break 1-0 up.
Yes, and I agree with you there, Dan. And Luke says the only way you can do it in some and not in others, if you made the hydration opposite side to the dugouts, so there's no tactical advantage. And he also says, no, I can't call it quarters. And yes, I know Paul may have, I'm not sure if Paul has told you, Luke, or whatever, or if you've heard me before, in some of the early ones, I said end of the first quarter in some of them, and then, and I was catering for some of the American viewers who may be listening along to our coverage. As I know, some people out there have called it 4 quarter matches instead of 2 halves of halves. So 4 halves instead of 2 halves, because they're off until the drinks break and then they're off after the drinks break, and then in each halves. So there, and Jesse Marsh is still set on that bucket to the side. I think he's forgot that he's not Marcelo Bielsa, the former Leeds man in charge of Canada, as he's now speaking to his players. Just incidentally, just to tell you, in case you're just tuning in and you're not watching the game, you're just seeing it on just got commentary and you're looking at the screen of our commentary, just got commentary in the background while you're doing some work. Canada are in black tonight, South Africa in their yellow and green yellow shirts, green shorts, yellow socks, Canada all in black tonight. The referee is in blue tonight, blue shirt for the referee. You see there, Jesse Marsh just barking out some instructions and what he wants them to do within possession. A bit different for me from what, obviously, as most of you know, on listen, I'm a Leeds fan. The way Canada's playing under Jesse Marsh was not the way they wanted Leeds United to play. And for me, that's a bit of surprising how he set up a different way to what he would do when he was in charge of Leeds United to this Canadian national side. I wonder if it's due to the personnel he had in charge there, as the players get ready to come back from the hydration break and get this match back underway inside as we approach the 26th minute of this game, where it is still South Africa 0, Canada 0 in the round of 32. The referee there, who is from Portugal, Yao Pinheiro, just blowing his whistle to get the game back underway after that hydration break, it'll be a free kick to South Africa. Quick to stop the free kick for an offside. And South Africa just having possession of the back is Williams. And then just one other thing on Chelsea while we're doing that hydration break. Who do you think, who would you say the happier of the two managers would have been after that first part of the first half?
I would probably say the South Africa manager would be the happiest. I know they've dominated possession. I think it was 65% possession for South Africa when they went into the hydration break. But they've only had 2 shots, 1 on target. So they've restricted Canada to 3 shots, only 1 on target. And I know they're not playing in Canada, but I still feel that Canada would be the favourites for this match. So I would probably say South Africa, Hugo Broos has to be the happier of the two so far.
Yes, it's Canada with possession now over on that far side with Miller. The ball inside there to the number 7, Esquito. Down the line he goes to Laureate, who's trying to get the ball into the penalty area. It remains South Africa 0, Canada 0. The ball backwards here now as they will look to come forward with possession. Esquito drops the ball back into the midfield to Bobito. And this is a good bit of play from Canada, just keeping all the possession. Just as I say that, they give the ball away. As a polish goes down and the challenge referee says, play on. As South Africa will play on. And he's still down the number 7, but they're not putting the ball out of play. He's slowly getting back up now. And the ball is played forward, but the number 17 there, Gopa, would have been in an offside position as he tried to come forward. Ball played long downfield, headed away. And there is good control in possession. And now South Africa will look to come forward with Apollos, who has done well in possession for South Africa in this game, and he's done well in the tournament. I've been impressed with him so far. And in his South African career, this is number 7, Oswin Apollos. He plays, he's come from Orlando Pirates in South Africa as well. It's his 31st cap. He's got 9 goals as a 24-year-old, and be looking to help his side get through. And if they get through and get all the way to the final, South Africa, just a couple of days after the final, which is on the 19th of July, Sebele, the number 25, who is on the bench today, will have his 24th birthday, 21st of July 2002, for the Orlando Pirates defender. 4 appearances for his country, yet to score a goal for his country as well. As we look here, I promised David, his birthday will be on the 3rd of July, and he'll be 25 years of age for Canada. It's been interesting to see As South Africa just have possession here now. Down this side, there's number 10 there. Wafrenka has done well to keep hold of possession. There's number 4. We're getting towards the penalty area. Junior Greppel there and comfortable save and good ball in again from South Africa, but they've put the crosses into the penalty area, Dan. Too near the goalkeeper all the time. They need to vary up the crosses, don't they, South Africa, in this game?
They do, Russ. It's all very well playing crosses into the box, but I think for that you need 2 centre forwards. If you're only playing with 1 up front and 3 behind, then you've got the options to mix it up a bit and try and maybe play your way through. I know they had 2 in the box there, and the ball sailed straight through to the goalkeeper, but they do certainly need to mix up their attacking options a little bit more.
Yes, Nick is on. It says, evening, gents. He's tuned in tonight, hopefully doing well, Nick. He says, thought he'd tune in. He says, South Africa surprised him so far. And you have me as well. I didn't expect them to get out of their group, which involved Mexico and Czech Republic. I thought Czech Republic would have gone through, but they didn't even make it out of the group. So I thought it'd be Mexico and Czech Republic and maybe South Korea getting out of that group. But
yes, I was very disappointed with the Czech Republic. I expected more from them.
yeah, same here, Dan, as Canada tried to get all of possession with South Africa. I've just given the ball back to Canada, and it's with the number 15 now. Obito. To all our listeners out there, if you're tuning in today, do get in touch. Are you surprised? Or was you surprised with how poor the Czech were in the tournament? That's the question going out to Nick and to Luke and to Alex if you're still listening. If Alex is still listening, that is. And good to have you all on board the channel. Please make sure you subscribe and like and share it out to your friends and family and get them to like and subscribe and get them to turn on the notification bell and get involved with everything as we watch this game unfold today between South Africa and Canada. There's a ball sent forward there, flicked headed on by the number 13 of South Africa there. Sitso will try to get forward towards his teammate there, the number 17, Nagopa. And he's now with Miller on that far side for South Africa. For Canada against South Africa, should I say. And South Africa will look to get back in numbers, get everybody behind the ball, make it hard for Canada to break them down. And that's what Panama did against England, made it hard for them to break them down, but then they did eventually break them down from a corner. I wonder if Canada may have to do that against South Africa as well, as South Africa just win themselves a goal kick there. Good piece of defending by the number 7, the Polish, back there helping out his team there to make sure he got a goal kick for his side, and now he will make his way back upfield. And that's what you'd like to see, your strikers, your wingers tracking back down and helping out the defence rather than staying upfield and making the defence and midfield isolated. You want the wingers from the three behind the striker to get back and help out defensively when you haven't got the ball, don't you?
I think that's a requirement in today's game, Russ. There's so many players out there with such fantastic pacing and attacking in their attacking qualities. I think you do need to double up down the wings, right backs, left backs, right wingers, left wingers. You need to help your team out. Defending numbers, attacking numbers.
Yes, as Canada are attacking in numbers now, as a chance for Miller to get the ball through to Aloysius. Shot from the tight angle is saved by Williams, and he was never going to beat him from that angle there, but Jonathan David just making sure Williams can't get on with him fairly quickly. And McKenna gave the ball away to the number 25, Saliba, who then played in. Miller and David on that side, and strike was paused out. South Africa got the ball inside the penalty, everything outside the penalty, and he's gone behind for a corner kick to Bafana, and a good start from them to get in this game. And be interesting to see how well they do in this game, Dan, and how well they do from this set piece as well. And because I don't think I've seen them that often with the set from these set pieces. playing and defending like they have done so far today, which is something that let's just say I'm very surprised with, as the corners in towards the penalty area, too much on that one, and it goes behind for the goal kick to Canada. But Dan, are you surprised with how well or with how they have played tonight? Are you surprised with that, Dan, or do you think it's something that you expected from South Africa, the way they've played today?
Right, so I'm going to be honest with you, Russ. I watched a bit of the game against Mexico, and when I see them lose 2-0 and have 2 players sent off, I thought pretty much that was it for them. But they've done well to come back. They got the draw against the Czech Republic and beat Republic of Korea. So I'm hoping, and a little bit of expectancy here, for them to get a little bit better and better. I mean, in the squad, I think they've got 8 players from Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. So they should know each other's game very, very well. And really, the national team should be a little bit more like a club team. So I would expect them to improve the more they play in this tournament.
Yes, as Apollos just wins them a corner, but Babita coming across there well to defend there against Apollos, who did well down the left-hand side again and wins his side of corner. Good bit of play from South Africa, and the ball is gone behind for a goal kick in the end. He did go out for a corner, but it looked like the corner was overturned by VAR. I think saying it was a goal kick, but good bit of play there in the end, but just lacking the final quality in the final third for both of these sides at the moment. It remains South Africa 0, Canada 0. If you're just tuning into us this afternoon or this morning or this evening, depending where you are in the world. And I did say that me and Dan are in the studio in England. We have got a producer with us today as well for this game, and our producer is swelling it up. He likes to remind us that he's not in England where we've had the recent E-wave, and normally in England this sort of time, sometimes it is sunny, but sometimes the weather can change fairly quickly. Could be rainy at one stage. He's swelling it out in Canada. He's our lovely producer Paul James this evening, and he's only very jealous of us. Winds us up, saying it's very warm out there, but tonight we can feel his pain as it's warm here in the UK as well. As Miller down the far side for Canada, just tidying up well for us there, and for Canada as well. And now they will try and come forward. Laurie trying to close down South Africa as they're trying to play out from the back and almost gave away the corner, but they just did well there. Did Kone to defend and get the ball away, and then Jonathan David loses out there, and they can come forward here. The number 4, Kennan, is giving the ball away, and it remains South Africa 0, Canada 0. If you're just tuning into us today, as we watch this game unfold, and we watch this game being a good match, but just lacking the quality in the final third. And I hope I didn't speak too soon when I said earlier on, last time I saw someone alongside me was 0-0, and I'm hoping I've not jinxed myself and it's going to be 0-0 in this game here today either, because I don't want to sit here for another 30 minutes or so after past 10 o'clock tonight as we watch this game unfold, as we see the Williams clearance again. Burkon did well over on the far right-hand side to get away and tidy up for South Africa. It remains 0-0 between South Africa and Canada. If you are tuned in tonight, really good to have you with us as we see shots of some more players who have got hospitality. More people have got hospitality packages for this game this evening. Jonathan David watching on there as he waits for this ball to be cleared from Krepu downfield. And we taken now just short of the halfway line, as well from that offside. And it is now Buchanan. He goes back towards halfway, and there's number 15. Bombito gets the ball back to Johnston. Down the line he goes towards Aloese, who goes down under the challenge referee. initially said no, but the linesman on this near side was the one who gave it, and I believe this is the assistant number 1 in Bruno Jesus, the Portuguese man, and I've got to say that he did really well there with that one there. He's got it spot on, and I've got to say that this game so far, I don't think the officials, and I'm hoping I'm not going to tempt fate to you with this one either, Dan, but I don't think the officials have got anything wrong so far.
I don't know. I'd like to see that again. It looked like the South African defender just got the top of the ball before taking down the Canada player. This may have been one they got wrong, Russ. I'd like to see that free kick awarding again. The award of that free kick again.
Yes, he's free kick into the penalty area this time, headed towards goal, and just over the top there, it was from the number 12, Aloisi, who couldn't keep his header down as the ball came into the penalty area towards him. Just rose the eyes, and his header there, Dan, had too much power on it and just over the bar.
Just got under it there, Russ, didn't he? I think there was a bit of tussling going on between him and the defender in the build-up to the cross coming in. And yeah, he hasn't managed to get up and over it. Hence the header going quite some distance over the crossbar.
Yes, still 0-0 if you're just joining us. 41 minutes gone here in the gameplay of the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, or the Los Angeles Stadium. As the header is flicked on towards the edge of the penalty area. No free kick for South Africa. There's a man down for Canada inside the penalty area holding his leg. Just putting his shin pad back on the number 15 there. Bobito. And he's cleared long downfield. Licked on there by the number 17, Buchanan. And now ball's played out to the far side of Miller. Down the left-hand side, the Canadians will come. He cuts backwards though. Just Miller and plays it back this time. And Miller just now turns away from his man down the left-hand side and is charging towards the penalty area. Goes to the field. Ball laid off towards Johnson, who takes over. It was away from the standing captain. Esquito there. Tries to get the ball into the penalty. Can he pull the ball across? It's just cleared away. A good play again, Dan. Just the final ball lane. Both teams down so far.
It is, Russ. I mean, I've been very impressed with the passing of both teams in the defensive and midfield thirds, but once they seem to get into the attacking third, the crosses, the final ball, just not there, is it? Although I must say, I feel Canada are getting closer and closer to getting a goal at the moment, Russ.
Yeah, they're looking the most likely, aren't they, Dennis? They've just won this corner kick as well. Now. Be interested to see if they can score one from a corner. I know that England scored their first from a set piece, and the England fans were singing set piece again, ole ole, after the corner was tucked home by Jude Bellingham last night in their game against Panama, which, if anyone was trying to listen to a team on the commentary, we had a few technical issues. That's why we had to cancel the stream at half time. Instead, it comes in and just cleared off the line as the Canada shot back in. Shot saved again, and Canada going close to opening the scoring with 3 good opportunities there. And he's now a free kick to South Africa on this near side of their left. Canada's right. With Canada going close there, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Daniel Money.
Oh, that was a brilliant clearance from the first header off the line. The second one, I'm not sure, was that a defender? It come off a defender's chest on the line before Williams made the save from the third effort. But just as we said, Russ, Canada are getting closer and closer and looking more likely. They nearly did score.
They did, Dan, yes. And Bobito, it was who had initially cleared off the line. Come back out to Johnston, whose effort was blocked. And then he falls down to Buchanan, who saw his effort saved by Williams. So 3 good opportunities there. And Dan, I hope I'm not tempting fate here, but I can see them being a goal in this game, especially for Canada.
Yes, I think Canada are just starting to step it up a little now, Russ. And I think if we don't get a goal in this first half, I think there'll be a few in the second.
Yes, as here's Miller down the left-hand side, as he will try and provide the opening goal. There's a man gone outside the penalty. Lawrie's gone down. He's been given as a goal kick. But for me, they all will check this. But for me, I think this should be a penalty kick to Canada. Well, let's look at this again. Is Richard Laurier, who has gone down inside the penalty area. The referee's given a goal kick here, which if he's given a goal kick, which he has, she just said the South African didn't touch it and he's gone behind off the player. He didn't touch it there. He kicks him. And for me, looking at it again, Laurier kicks the back of Murray there rather than the other way around before going down, as we just see there, Dan. Which way did you see that one, Dan? Do you think that should have been a penalty, or do you think the officials, especially referee Yao Pinheiro, got that one spot on?
At first, I thought it was a penalty, but having the benefit of the replay, Larry has just got, well, it's just a tangle of legs, isn't it? Larry has put his foot out to try and either whip the ball back or get it under control, and he's ended up sticking his leg in between the two legs of the South African defender, and he's gone down. I think the ref has got that spot on. But yeah, from first look in real time, I thought that was a penalty.
Yeah, no penalty given as the game will get back underway with a corner kick, with a goal kick to South Africa, which will be taken by Williams. And he will look to send this long downfield, Williams here. And he's cleared away. And it'd be interesting to see if we've got anybody who's officiated trained, to see what they give their opinion on this, as we wait to see how many minutes of stoppage time will be given in this match. It's not being put up on the board or what I'm picturing the monitor here, and I'm just trying to work out which way it go, how many minutes of stoppage time we're going to have here, Dan, but there's no word on that yet. We've now just even, we have got 3 minutes of stoppage, so we've played 2 of them already, of the 3 which has been added at the end of this.
That's pretty poor, Russ. No, I haven't seen anything come up either.
It's just come up now, then on mine, it's 3 minutes at a time, and it's just for the hydration, break. Now the stoppage time will be given.
I think that's silly. If you're going to have a hydration break, stop the clock. Restart the clock when you're back playing. You know, stoppage time, 3 minutes worth of stoppage time for a hydration break. You know, I think that's...
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Dan. Because you stop the clock in rugby, so why don't I just stop the clock in football, especially in this one, especially in the World Cup when we're having the hydration breaks. But it's very silly that
Here you go, FIFA. Here's a change you can make. Stop and start the clock with the referee's whistle. That way you only play the 45 minutes. Every time the ball stops, goes out of play, or the referee blows for a free kick, you stop the clock and start the clock again when you blow the whistle to restart the game.
Yeah, and the half-time whistle has been blown here now, and I am surprised by that because we haven't had the full 3 minutes that was added on here, because the part of the VAR was checking a potential penalty towards the end of the first half. So we're now at the full 90 minutes, full 3 minutes of stoppage time there, but we are at half time now. And before we go for his half time break, can you give us your assessment on that first half, please?
Well, just a minute, Russ. I thought we'd have at least another 40 seconds of that first half. I think the rest brought the conclusion to the half a little bit prematurely there. For me, quick assessment of the first half. I think South Africa started very well, kept possession. Canada having the best of the opportunities, but after the hydration break, I think Canada started to take more control of the game and should, in my opinion, be 1 or 2-0 up, Russ. The Cornelius header and then the header that Bombito cleared off the line, and I think that should be Canada 2 up. But I think, yeah, South Africa can be very proud of the way they started, and then Canada obviously can be very proud of the way they came into the game once the hydration break had concluded. and I'm hoping to have much more entertaining second half.
Yes, thank you very much there, Dan. So it's half time as we leave you for 15 minutes. We're back in around about 15 minutes time for the start of the second half. It is South Africa 0, Canada 0. Welcome back to the Gongchub's coverage of the World Cup on 2026 on TCHub Live between South Africa and Canada in the round of 32 as we get ready for the second half of the game here tonight. Myself, Russ Vernon, alongside Daniel Money for this game and a game which is still awaiting the first goal, and hopefully we don't have to wait much longer as Canada came closest towards the end of the first half. Obviously, Dan, you said there that South Africa, Hugo Broos would be the happier of the two managers at half time. What do you think both managers will be changing to the side at half time as we wait for the teams to come back out for the second half?
I think for Canada, Jesse Marsch will be trying to tell his players to get, once they're in the final third, to move the ball quicker. You've got Jonathan David, who's got some tremendous pace, great finisher, and the other centre forward, Oluwayesi, who's got a couple of goals, I think, this tournament as well. Move the ball quicker, get it into him a lot quicker, and he's got no goals in the tournament, Oluwayesi. Just move the ball quicker, and South Africa, I think they've just got to moving forward, break quicker, get more numbers forward, and mix it up a bit. As we see in the first half, Russ, they was putting a lot of balls into the box that was either overhit or straight through to the goalkeeper. Didn't get nothing that the forwards could get on the end of. So try and mix it up in more of their attacking styles and going forward. But for Jesse Marsch, I think, and Canada, the goal is coming. So just much of the same, and just try and move the ball quicker once they're in the final third. And that Laria bursting down the left, he's got some great pace. Give him something to chase after.
Yes, and it looks as though South Africa will be making a change at half time with Taylor Mbatha about to come on. It looks like I've seen him running up and down the side of the pitch, ready to come on, just going through some last minute instruction, last minute warm up before coming on at half time. Interested to see who he's come on for. He's a midfielder. Is Mbatha. He has got 3 goals in 18 appearances for his side. Plays for Orlando Pirates, and it's interesting to see if or who he comes on for in this game. We'll wait and find out as he just gets some final instructions from Hugo Broos, who is the oldest manager to take charge of a knockout match in the World Cup, just at 74 years of age. And what a remarkable stand that is for the South African manager there, Dan.
A lovely personal stat, Russ. I'm not sure how old he is. I'm not sure. I can't recall you saying how old he is, or if you did, I missed it. But yeah, what a lovely stat.
He's 74-year-old, Dan, and he's the oldest one to. At 74, is the oldest manager to take charge of a team in the knockout stages of the World Cup.
Oh, what a lovely personal stat for the man. And if it was his birthday soon, I'd probably root for South Africa.
Not sure when I can't remember when his birthday was. I didn't look earlier, but I forgot to write it down anywhere. But I can't remember when his birthday is. We're about to see who's going to make way here from Mbatha to come on for South Africa. And the man who's coming off for him here is he going to show us? Yes, he's the number 10. Mufenga, who is coming off. Well, Taylor Mbatha for South Africa, as we'll have to get the second half underway in this game today. So that's the first change by either manager that they've made in this game. And we're back underway for the start of the second half. South Africa is taking the goal all the way to my right hand side in the second half, and they've got it at the back there through Ocon to Muada. We'll remind you of the two sides in a moment as Williams has possession. It's Williams in goal then for South Africa. It's Muada, Ocon, Mbake and Mabida across the back. McKenna and Sittle in front of the back. 4 is Masaka. Mbatha now and then Gakpo in the attack in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Williams is the captain for South Africa in this game. We'll run you through the Canadian side in just a second. They've made no changes to their side. So it's Crepeau who start in goal. The breakup is kind of just going down the right-hand side through Buchanan. And Johnston is charging for down the right-hand side. We'll give you their team in a second. Has he kept the ball in play? He hasn't. Well, he has, as the Miller just fires his shots over and wide for a goal kick. So it's Crepeau in goal. Johnston, Bombito, Cornelissen, Lauria, Buchanan, Saliba, Esquarto, the captain, and Miller, with Jonathan David and Tani Aloisi leading the line. And I don't know if you've heard this stat down with regards to Canada and Kyle Larin, but if you've not, Dan, he is, every time he has scored for Canada have not lost a game.
Oh.
So if Canada
know that, Russ.
so if Canada were to score and it's through Kyle Larin, you'd expect Canada to get through the competition.
Bring him on. We need a goal, Russ.
Yeah, we do, Dan. Fetch him. Come on, Jesse, fetch him on. We need a goal, mate. Come on. Can we do it? Or at least when you former fans who support one of your teams leads a favour and fetch him on and give us a goal, please, mate.
So I just checked. Hugo Bross, the South Africa manager, was born on the 10th of April, Russ.
10th of April. So there we go. Thank you for that, Dan. I thought his birthday had already been and gone, but I wasn't doing it, but I couldn't remember it off the top of my head if he had, so thank you for double checking that one for us, Dan. As Canada now, with Miller on this near side, will control possession. They'll see it back into the number 7 there, the standing captain, Esquerto. And then Canada try to get the ball forward, although Ursi can't get there. Nothing David gets back to help out. When doing so, it gives away a free kick. And a free kick to South Africa, foul on the back. And you see Miller there just rubbing back heel away from his man as the fans are doing a Mexican wave. And normally when they do Mexican waves, it's a sign that the game is not very good. And I just seen the one, Dan, that where the one doing a Mexican wave, and there was a woman in the crowd, a Canadian fan, as they did the Mexican wave, dropped a phone out of her hand, and he went further down the stands from where she was sitting into the bottom tier from where she was sitting. So that's not, hopefully the phone's not smashed and it's still in one good piece, and we don't want anyone to break their phones or anything like that.
Oh no, phones are very important these days, Russ.
Yes, big up to my good friend Danny Rumsey, who says smash a like and subscribe, please. Thank you very much for that, Danny. Really good to have that there. Thank you very much, Danny, for that one. Says, yep, another start. Canada are the only team to host the World Cup and play away. And Nick has told me this in his messages before, and he has said that to him that Jesse Marsh looks like Daniel Craig's James Bond. It's the same style, grey suit and serious expression on his face. And yes, I know Nick has mentioned that to me plenty of times. I think 1 or 2 times before in private chats, and said he noticed when he first saw him during this tournament as Canada going with the throw, and then the play's being stopped here for the number 4 for South Africa, McKenna being down. And big up to my good friend Danny, who's tuned in today. He's not tuned in for quite a bit. I know he's already liked and subscribed himself. So big shout out to you, Danny, for telling people to do that as well in the comment in the live chat of this game as well. And the throw will be taken again here for Canada, as we took it far too quickly for the referee's liking, while the South African man was down on the floor. McKenna was down on the floor, and it remains South Africa 0, Canada 0. If you're just running into us here today, it remains South Africa 0, Canada 0. If you're just tuning into us in this match today, and one which should be a good game, and one I'm looking forward to today is we look to hopefully see a goal in this game, and hopefully, I'm not just saying this as I've got a friend of mine from Canada in producing the show today, but hopefully Canada can break the deadlock if the fetch on Carl Larin, and because when he scores, Canada never lose, and we want to see a goal today. I can't go another live commentary with someone alongside me with no goals, because if that's the case, when I do my commentaries from now on, I'm not going to have anybody alongside me, Dan, and that's no offence to you. I've had Alex alongside me, there were no goals. And then I've had Joe, there's going to be no goal. And so far, there's no goals, Dan. So hopefully, if I do have somebody alongside me next, whether it's Paul or Nick or even Mike, I get a goal next time. And if that's the case, the two newbies on the channel, Alex and Dan, and my curses. So far, no goals in this game either.
I've been very fortunate to cover 3 games or be a part of 3 games being covered during this World Cup, Russ, and every single one of them's had goals. So hopefully I'll be the good luck jinx for you today.
Yes, hopefully it will be done. And if that's the case, you can be my co-commentator on all my games I do moving forward here on the channel. As South Africa will try and get their noses in front here, but good piece of defending there by Canada. Good piece of defending by Richie Laria, who wants a free kick here, and I think he may have got it for an eye boot by the number 5 of South Africa here, and which is something that there's a lot of people, which was the number 5 of South Africa there was Mabatha, with an eye boot there by Richie Laria there on Mabatha, and Mabatha on Laria, and he got the free kick and ended up wasting that opportunity there. 52 minutes gone here, it's still South Africa 0, Canada 0, and I didn't let you know what our next game is going to be on the channel, so I'll just do that quickly now. While South Africa just throw the ball forward and Canada just get possession back and just head it away. And our next game on the channel will be with myself again tomorrow afternoon. That 6 o'clock kickoff for my game tomorrow, where we'll bring you Brazil against Japan, and hopefully I get to commentate on a Leeds United player in this tournament, because Switzerland and Leeds man, no Okafor wasn't involved. So hopefully this time around I get to commentate on a Leeds man involved in the tournament, and that one being Al Tanaka. Hopefully he has another good game tomorrow. The Japan, I'm in a match in the last couple of matches from what I saw. The Leeds United midfielder, as it's kind of the win possession member, he's going to have to play for the front of the first yellow card of the game has gone the way of Canada, and he's gone the way of Nathan Saliba, who has picked up a yellow card here. And I must say, Dan, the yellow card was probably, for me, the correct call.
I'll have to say that one again, Russ. Oh, it's just a little tug back, isn't it? Yeah, standard yellow, that one, wasn't it?
It was, yes, and that's the first yellow card of the game. Nathan Saliba with that yellow card. So I wonder if Canada do go to the bench, they will take off the midfielder who is looking to get his 4th goal for his nation, 22-year-old, born in February 2004, played his club football for Anderlecht. So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to get on the score sheet today. Nathan Saliba was going to the bucket. I guess the yellow card was there. It says Japan versus Brazil will be a good game coming up. It will be a good game, a best game coming up, he says. And he says that Jesse Marsh was a bit like the TV presenter and radio presenter now, more so than TV these days, in Jeremy Kyle. If you've ever heard of him, Dan, he says Jesse Marsh looks like him as the ball's in towards the penalty area and claim there by Kreppel there. But good piece of play again from South Africa. But the cross was too near the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I've heard of Jeremy Carl, and I'll keep my comments to myself on that one. Thanks, Russ.
Yeah, do you think Jesse Marsh looks a bit like him though, Dags? My friend Danny Rumsey thinks he looks a bit like him. Do you see similarities between the two?
I'll have to have a look at Jesse Marsh again, Russ. I hope not.
South Africa in possession, as it looks like Canada will be making a double change shortly with the number 4, who is Luke De Fugas, and number 23, Nico Cigar coming on. I think the other one was, or it might be number 20, Ali Ahmed. We'll get to look in a second or two who's coming on here. And then I forgot to tell you before we went on air, you will be the man who will be with the decision to make today. You'll be the one who will be choosing our player of the match for this game today, Dan. So you've got that to think about, and to send to Paul and about the 75th minute, I would say, to send it to him ready so we can give it just before the end of the broadcast. But that's all you've got as your...
No one's standing out at the minute, Russ. No one's standing out at the minute.
Yeah, and Danny, Jesse Marsh has not said to the cameras or to his coaching staff that the Canadian players look scared. I think he'd be happy with how they've played. Will Jesse Marsh, and Danny's referring to a time when it was a Leeds United was Jesse Marsh, and he did say he said to his backroom staff that they are scared, and it is number 23, Nico Siga, who will be coming on along with Luke De Fugas in a few moments for Canada, just trying to wait and see which players will be replaced by them, which we'll find out any second now. As a Canadian player has been stretchered off here for one of the subs to be confirmed, and we are getting confirmation in a second. Is number 25 and number 15 who's coming off here. So number 25, Nathan Saliba, who's just picked up that yellow card, and Bombita has come off, and his number 4, Nafugas, and number 23, Siga, will be coming on in their places for this game today. Dan, and Bombita, he was unlucky with his effort in the first half, and probably should have done a bit better, really, as well.
I think so. Was that he was the guy who had the header cleared off the line? Bombito? He was Dan, yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think he done everything right for that. Luckily for South Africa, there was the right man was in the right place to clear it off the line. Nathan Saliba, I can understand not wanting to take the risk, because I think he's played very well so far in the tournament. Got a couple of assists for Canada. So you're just hoping I can't remember who it was who come on for him, is just as creative as he has been so far this tournament.
Yes. Nico Siga was the man who's come on for him, and he'll be looking to get involved in strengthening David on the edge of the penalty area. So goes first involvement just to win the ball back, and now finally Miller with the low ball the penalty area on the left hand side is cleared away, and there is a challenge from the number 13 Cornelius, who appeared to have won the ball back. He's not happy, and the referee's calling him over, and he's just walking away from him, Cornelius. So the referee may look towards him to give him a yellow card, and for me that is not a foul. He wins the ball cleanly there, just Cornelius, and the referee's penalised him and give away a free kick there. So I'm surprised with that one, Dan.
Yeah. I'm a little bit speechless. I can't actually see. I'd like to see the tackle again, Russ, but I mean, he's gone through, got the ball. Okay, his foot's come down on the South African player's foot there, but that's nothing. That's just, momentum. Not a free kick, and definitely not a yellow card, unless he said something we haven't seen back to the referee.
Yeah, no yellow card there, Dan. Just a free kick given,
okay.
and he walked away from the referee. So So I said I was surprised he didn't get booked for walking away from the referee when the referee was trying to talk to him, but he just gave away the set piece.
I see the referee's very stern look when he called him back, and I just had a little look back as to see what was going on, to see what else I could see. So I didn't see the referee brandish a yellow card. Thanks for updating me there, Russ.
Yeah, no, it's Dan. So only one yellow card in this game, and that came to Saliba, who is made his way off the field of play now for Canada. He was the only man, and is still the only man who's picked up a yellow card in this game today. Be interested to see if that is going to be the case, or whether the play will continue. And it remains South Africa 0, Canada 0 in the World Cup, as the ball is off towards this near side as the Canadian player down inside the centre circle, wanting the ball to be put out of play of the Canadians, and a shot comes in and just wide of the target from Apollos there, and was when Apollos opened a bit of space for himself to line up the strike. He just went wide of target, and decent effort there from South Africa. Dan just didn't take his effort on just into the target.
No, just unlucky there. I'd like to see that from in front of the goal, because he's played well, Oswin Apollos. I have been impressed with him. I think he's been one of the better South Africa players. And that wasn't that far wide, Russ.
No, decent effort as well, Dan, which has done really, really well there with it, and fantastic effort in the end as South Africa looked to come forward with possession again towards the formation of Apollos again, was clear over the offside flag, went up, but Canada have got possession. The referee has used common sense for the first time and played advantage rather than blowing up for the offside, and the ball is down the other end and just being prevented from a corner. There will be a goal kick instead. There will be a throw in instead to Canada, but that's good play from one end. Just wins. We're going to make sure he didn't connect with the ball and won his side of throwing there. It remains 0-0 between South Africa and Canada. Cornelius is up from the back here. Johnston will look to line up a long throwing into the penalty area, and he will look to get the on end of this one in towards the penalty area. He'll clear the way to the edge of the box, and we'll come back out to him again now. Ball held back into the penalty area with Tunia Williams on this occasion, and I've been impressed with how South Africa have dealt with the Canadians' crosses and the attacks. Dan, for me, are you impressed with that as well, or have you not been really much impressed with how they've dealt with them today in terms of South Africa there?
No, I have been impressed with the way South Africa have defended, and another South
Africa through. Also shot towards goal and cleared away the back for a moment. It comes in. A fantastic piece of defending there. By Mazaki to prevent the opening goal over the game. I thought I was going to get the first goal with a coming goal. Lewis in behind. Shot towards the goal. Lewis cleared away at the back for a moment. Jonathan David was charging in to poke this one up. In the back out, the number 14, the Matchday gets back and prevents the goal there. But good piece of defending, a good break again from Canada there now.
That was a great break, and I've got to admit, I think that was a great save as well initially from Williams, and then some great defending to prevent David from just tapping the ball into an empty net. Excellent defending, just as we was praising the South African defending. They've defended brilliantly again.
Yes, and another header this time from the substitute. Look, the Fugras just heads it wide and can't keep his effort down there from the set piece. You just look at this breakaway again from the referee's view. Although they almost got fouled, Finland's into the middle of the box, goes shot away, and that's good piece of defending, and he had to get the challenge right. Did the number 14 with Matchday, who got back from David because his foot came round and he misconnected with the ball and just connected with David's head. That could have been a penalty kick there for Canada, when he did well there, as we saw that from the referee's angle, and he did well there to stop that there. As my friend Danny Rumsey, he's been on again, and he says, are we going to get to win it in 90 minutes, or is it going to be winning in 90 minutes or extra time and penalties? Will we be needing those? We'll have to wait to see, because so far 66 minutes gone, still goalless. There's Buchanan down the left-hand side, bowling towards the penalty area. And what I will say to you is, if Canada are to win, in my opinion, you need to fetch on Carl Lawrence. When he scored for Canada, they have not lost. So, and if they want to go, they need to do that. As a yellow card is being brandished here now. I'm just trying to Segura, the midfielder who came on, Nico Segura, picks up the yellow card as South Africa win a free kick there, as we are now entering into another hydration break. Just to tell you, next match up on the channel will be the game between Brazil and Japan tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Join us for that one. I'll be on commentary for that one yet again for Brazil against Japan in that match there. That's taking place in NGR in Houston, as we are at the hydration break. And Dan, what have you made to the sort of the second half prior to this hydration break? So the first part of the second half, what's been your thoughts on that?
I think the first part of the second half has been very much like the second part of the first half, Russ. Canada looking the more likely when going forward to get a goal. Some fantastic defending from South Africa. I don't recall much of South Africa being much of an attacking threat at all in this half. It was nice to see the substitute, Nico Seagar, play the ball through, which Canada just had, which was brilliantly saved by Williams, and then Jonathan David was prevented from having a tap in. But yeah, I think it's mirroring the second part of the first half, where Canada seemed the most likely and the most promising going forward. South Africa defending stoutly and resiliently, but South Africa not really offering much going forward, Russ.
Yes, and I know Paul won't be happy with this comment from my good friend Danny Rumsey, who says we're about to go into the fourth quarter of this game. Well, I'll say the fourth part of the match, the second part of the second half, I'll say, to give it to not upset Paul even more, because I know that comment from Danny there will be very upsetting for Paul to hear one of our commenters and listeners do six. And I've said it once or twice before on the channel, and Paul has not liked me saying it. I said it in the first game I did, which Paul was on commentary for, and which not commentary for, was on producing for me, and he wasn't happy with me saying it then. And I don't think he'd be happy if I said it again now, so I'm just going to say we're about to go into the second part of the second half, or the fourth part of the match, coming up for you this afternoon, or this evening, or morning, depending what time zone you are located and listening to us in, as there is going to be a substitution here, it looks like, for Canada. And the man coming off is number 12, Tani Oluwase, and who will come on in his place? It's going to be 24, Thomas David, who's come on for him. So no Carl Lawrence on just yet. And there's another substitution here which will see Liam Miller be replaced by Jacob Schaffelberg, who will come on in place of Liam Miller here. And are you surprised that Carl Lawrence has not come on yet? Dan, did you think he'd have come on there rather than Thomas David, play alongside Jonathan?
I'm not surprised, Russ. I think what I've seen of Promise David in this tournament so far, he's looked very lively. I've been extremely impressed with him, especially when he come on against Bosnia and Herzegovina and against Switzerland. I think he's a fantastic young player. And as for Scheffelberg, well, is this his home stadium for his City club? He plays for Los Angeles FC.
I think this is his stadium, yes.
So there's now two players on the pitch for Canada who play their football here in this stadium. So they really should know the pitch. So I would start expecting Canada to do a lot better. I believe 5 of Canada's 7 goals have come after the hydration break in the second half. So maybe Kyle Larin's being saved for the latter stages.
Yes, as we've just seen a confirmation there that number 23, Nico Seger, who was one of the substitutes earlier on in this game, has now picked up a yellow card. I didn't see why he picked up the yellow card, but Nico Seger has picked up a yellow card in this game as well now for Canada. We are still locked to 0-0 in this game. Even though on our graphics it says Jacob Schaffelberg wears number 11, I can tell you he is number 14 for Canada. Number 11 is Liam Miller, who he replaced in this game. So that just if anyone watching our feed and you can see our graphics, the left side midfield is number 14 rather than number 11 as it says on our graphics just there. As it remains 0-0 between the two sides. As we watch this game unfold, we'll be trying to get the ball back here, Canada, and they've given away a free kick of Canada here, pushed over the number 6, Modiba. And I think it's Seger again who pushed him over this time. It is, and he's only on a yellow card. And for me, that could have been another yellow card, and Seger could have been sent off there, in my opinion. But the referee has not decided to send him off and decided to give a red card. And in the game that in the opening match of the tournament, I had red cards in that one. I don't like to see red cards in games if things can be out. But so far it is 0-0. 73 minutes gone here, and South Africa 0, Canada 0. If you're just tuned into us here on the commentary, Russ Vernon getting you through the action alongside Dan Money, or Daniel Money, from his full name. I know when I was speaking to him, he says he either likes Dan or Daniel rather than another name that you can call people with Daniel. Another name that one of my friends in the chat, Danny Rumsey, don't like to be called Dan, don't like to be called Dennis, so we'll call him Dan or Daniel, whichever one decides to I would like to call him. But we'll not call him the one I was unlike as a ball into a penalty headed back by South Africa. But will be a chance here to score. A shot from distance, just over. In the end there, as South Africa came close. Modiba kept the ball. Modiba kept the ball alive, but it looked like he was going to go out. He headed it back. He was kept in play. He was pushed by the number 12 to the edge of the penalty area, and a shot over the ball from the right hand side. As another substitution here for Canada, as Buchanan has now gone off, and Alphonso Davies, the defender, has come on. And with that change, Alphonso Davies, who has just come on for T. John Buchanan, he is now taken over the captain's armband as well for the remaining few matches. Well, for the remaining few minutes. So, Alphonso Davies now has the captain's armband for Canada here now. And are you surprised to see Alphonso Davies come on for Canada, Dan, or do you feel like that was always going to be the next move that Jesse Marshall was going to make?
I didn't see that one coming, Russ, but Alphonso Davies, I mean, absolutely fantastic player, outstanding for Bayern Munich. Obviously, the main man, the main star, I would say, for Canada, just pipping Jonathan David, and it's lovely to see him.
Right. We just wide from Promise David. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine, Russ. I mean, it's lovely to see Alphonso Davies in a World Cup. It really is.
Yes, the Promise David almost promised us. He said he'd promised to get us a goal, and he almost did. And a decent effort just wide from Promise David from the edge of the penalty area, teed up by Jonathan David, was so close there to Canada's opening goal of the game in this match tonight.
That was a great chance. Daisy cutter along the floor. Just always looked like it was just going to bend wide. Williams wasn't to know that and got across well. I think he may have just had it covered, Williams. Just wide there from Promise David.
Yes, so close to the opening goal of the game. We've got around about 14 minutes plus stoppages left to play. And then very soon you maybe have to get your thinking caps on, or your thinking cap on, to give pass over your player of the match to our good friend and producer Paul James this evening.
I might need the extra 30 minutes for that, Russ.
Well said, Dan. You can have an extra 15 minutes. So you do it by first half of extra time if it goes that far. Or as you go in the next few minutes, you've gone until, I'll give it till the 85th minute in case we go on this one. If not, the first period of extra time by then. If you follow please, as we see this game unfold, it's still 0-0 between South Africa and Canada. Alphonso Davies down this near side. All the penalty area, a good bit of play here. Smuto passed over, the captain's arm to Davies. And Jonathan David with a strike towards goal. It's just cleared away. Alphonso Davies now with possession. Can Canada break down the South African defence with it sitting into a low block like they are, like most teams do? Like we saw Panama do it for the large parts of the game against England yesterday. We saw Ghana do it against England as well. Teams that sit in a low block against teams who want to attack, trying to get goals. It's hard for them to wear them down, and wonder if South Africa are playing like this. Because if we go toe to toe and play football against Canada, then the game will be. Then they will end up losing. So I wonder if South Africa are playing this way to counteract the way that Canada like to play their football under Jesse Marsh. And I think like in this game here that Jesse Marsh, and from what I've seen of Canada this tournament, Jesse Marsh has gone playing a completely different way to Leeds, because the Canada last used the whip, whereas Leeds, it was all compact and narrow, and the ball is in the middle of the goal, not how wide he used to say when we were talking about the Leeds, and that's when we played narrow, because the ball's in the centre, not how wide it was. But now he's playing for Canada, he's playing with width, which I don't seem to get his style. Jesse Marsh was more and more, I see it, more and more confuses me the way he tried to play in Leeds United, but didn't do it. I think when he kept his in the Premier League, when he was brought in to replace Marcelo Bielsa, because Leeds went back to the Bielsa way of playing. So when he tried to play the way that he wanted, it didn't last very long in charge of Leeds United. And he said to some previous coach staff in front of the fans of the West End that our players were scared to put in the challenges, especially when we were losing. I think it was 1-0 at a time. And Jesse Marsh, for me, he's no good manager. And for me, it doesn't suit the Premier League style of coaching. He tries to do it the Red Bull way, which doesn't work in the Premier League, as Canada will try and break down this stubborn South Africa defence. As Alphonso Davies is going on the other, about the Canada have just got the ball back to Cornelius. Espirito gets the ball forward and giving the ball away, but then South Africa have just given the ball back to Canada.
With Canada as well, I think he's using the fullbacks. I mean, he's got Alphonso Davis, Alistair Johnston, Laria, who has been Davis's replacement so far in this World Cup. He's got fantastic fullbacks in the Canada squad, and maybe he's utilising them to the best of their ability. And maybe with Leeds, obviously being in a relegation battle, the last thing you want to do when you're in a relegation battle is go toe-to-toe with a team and end up 2-0 down very quickly and have to chase the game.
Yeah, and he also used to say as well, as my friend Danny Rumsey has put in the chat, he used to say Leeds, teams can't score goals at the back post. It always used to be near post or in the centre of the box, where most of the goals that we've seen in this tournament, some people have scored at the back post. So maybe he's starting to change his ways of football, and maybe to come to another Premier League team, maybe he would learn to adapt and use this style of football as using with Canada to his best ability in the other Premier League sides. As the ball's over the top here now for David, he plays the ball into the penalty area, and that was a poor pass from Promise. When he came on, he said he promised us to do a bit better than what he did there. But that wasn't to be the case on that occasion. It remains South Africa 0, Canada 0 as we approach the 82nd minute. We've just reached that landmark now. 0-0 is the scoreline between South Africa and Canada. Still waiting my first goal of the knockout game, and still waiting my first goal with a co-commentator alongside me at this World Cup. But we've only been on my own. I've had goals in them. So maybe from now on, if it sends another 0-0, we go to penalties. From now on, I may go and have extra. I may just do all my rest of my games for this World Cup with on my lonesome on the commentary, rather than having a co-commentator alongside me. That's nothing against Stu Dan or the other colleges. The ball is in towards the penalty area from Alistair Johnston, and it's cleared away from South Africa. They will now look to try and break here and try and catch Canada out on the counter attack. They've just lost possession in now, but Canada are charging forward. Alphonso Davis on this near side. He charges down the left-hand side. Just giving the ball away as South Africa will look to try and come forward down their right through Muda. A bit of movement here as with Sito just gets it back to Williams. And I was looking earlier, Dan, and I don't think many of these players on international duty are very good who are on the field for South Africa mainly. Very good at, I know a couple of them are good at penalties, but I don't think many are. We've only had one change for South Africa in this game thus far, which I'm surprised about, because I don't know many people will be expecting that by this stage. It remains 0-0 as we're approaching the final 6 minutes plus stoppage time to go in this match. It remains 0-0 as South Africa will look to try and change the scoreline and try and change the fortunes from here. A shot comes in from distance, saved by Kripu, who's just got down well there to save a strike from Apollo there, who did well to get a strike on target. And the number 12 there for South Africa, Masco got down to close him down. Here's Jonathan David out wide to Johnston. He crosses into us. Alphonso Davis is giving the ball away to South Africa. Alphonso Davis going to read it, and now South Africa can charge down this near side. This is number 20. Murray got away. No foul on him though. And now Canada can break, and if they get Alphonso Davis in behind here, we've got a good option here, because we've had to venture the midfielder back to cover on this near side as their fullback was up the field. And they've done well, South Africa, to prevent that danger there from turning into a goal for Canada. For South Africa, now they're running this game, and it's into the final 5 minutes of this match. It remains goalless, but hopefully we will have a goal in this one. I was watching a friend of mine and speaking to a friend of mine earlier, and someone asked a friend of mine, I'm going to give him a big shout out, Jonesy Law on TikTok. Make sure you check him out. Rainers will come on here for the number 17, the gapper for South Africa. Go back to what Jonesy said earlier, because I think he's jinxed me for this game with what he said earlier. We'll go back to what he said in a second. There's a confirmation of the first change. And number 8, Shenga Moremi, is also coming on here for South Africa. And he is replacing the number 12 here, Masco. And my good friend Jones, a big shout out to him, Jones Law on TikTok. If you want to go and check him out, tell him Russ send you across to him to check him out. Good friend of mine. And someone asked me earlier, and I'll come back to that moment, to South Africa get the ball towards a penalty and it's cleared away by Canada. They asked him earlier, will we get any extra time and penalties in any of the games when now into the knockout stages? And you know what he said, Dan? You know what he said?
What did he say, mate?
He said it feels like tonight would be the first one that goes to extra time and penalties. He reckons he's going to go all the way. So if he does go all the way, I'm going to have a word with him afterwards. Don't jinx me.
Yeah, don't jinx me. I've had goals in every game I've covered so far.
Ball towards the penalty area and cleared away here as well. I just want to give a big shout out to him and say an happy birthday to an ex-South African player, Phil Masinga. Also played for Leeds United. It's his birthday today, so very, very happy returns to Phil Masinga. Thank you very much for that, Danny. I wondered if there was any famous birthdays today. And Phil Masinga, the South African, he's no longer with us, but he was born in 1969. So many happy returns. He died in 2019. Phil Masinga, former Leeds United man. Started out his youth career at Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa. And you mentioned earlier, Dan, about Melody Sundowns. He played for them between 91 and 94, Phil Masinga, scoring 98 goals in 108 appearances. He was a striker, 6'2" he was. Born in Klersdorp,
I believe that was the form where that earned him his Leeds move.
He was, yes, and he died at age 49 in 2019 in Johannesburg, South Africa. After Leeds went on to St Gallen, Salernitana, Barry and Al-Wada, and he played 58 times for his country, scoring 18 goals in Phil Masinga. What a career he had.
Looks like they could do with him now, Russ.
He does, yes. He briefly managed PJ Stars, which are now a defunct third division South African club. Can his side get a goal in this one? Another shout out to another South African who will probably be watching this back home in South Africa, in a president of the Leeds United Foundation, in Lucas Ralabe, who also joined the club as well after being spelled the Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa as well. And we joined around about the same time. And then he says, rest in peace to Phil Masinga, yes. And 2019 he died, but on his birthday today, let's pass on his condolences to his family and those who knew him. They're dealing also to everyone connected with all his former clubs that he played for, managed as well, and also to the founder of Farm that will be remembering him on the day here today. Dan has just passed over to Paul, the player of the match, and we're hearing there'll be 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. We are into the final third, 20 seconds plus the potential 5 minutes of stoppage time. We'll let you know when we all get confirmed of that one. We're not into 90 minutes as of yet. We are in with 5 minutes of stoppage time in this game for us to find a breakthrough down and stop us from going to extra time and maybe penalties. I don't want to put it out there into the ether, Dan, that we're going to have a penalty shootout, as we have just got confirmation that there is 5 minutes of stoppage time in this game, where it is still South Africa 0, Canada 0. But then, on what you've seen so far, is the one side that you think would be deserved winners should we get a goal in normal time?
I mean, I know we've seen a couple of long balls up the pitch from South Africa, which they've done very well to control and get a chance from. But I think on the overall chances and performances in this game, I think Canada would probably just deserve to run out winners here. So saying that, obviously, I think if it goes to extra time and penalties, South Africa will come away with the victory. Sod's law, isn't it?
It is, Dan, yes, as we're still a 0-0 between the two sides as we watch this game unfold. It's a ball in from the right-hand side through the substitute shuffling back. And a goal! Canada have scored in stoppage time. And it's the number 7, Esquito, got the captain's armband at the start of the game. And the Canadian bench have erupted onto the pitch. Jesse Marsh even on there. And Canada, in the second minute of stoppage time, have scored. And Dan, you're my lucky charm. I've got the first one commentator. South Africa 0, Canada 1. Daniel Money.
Oh, Russ, I'm gutted. I'm not gutted. I'm glad there's a goal, but I picked my man of the match as Mbakazi, the South African centre back, who I think's been he's played absolutely outstanding at the back. Can I change my mind?
No, you're going to stick with that one now, Dan.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind sticking with him. But yes, Estikio, a goal on his home stadium in America in a World Cup. It's what dreams are made of, Russ.
Yes,
Great.
his 7th goal for his country. It is his 5th goal for his country in his 60th cap as well.
Took it, controlled it well.
Vice
Great
captain.
volley. Oh yeah, and personally for him, it would have been the icing on the cake would have been if he was still captain at this time. But what a lovely volley, lovely finish, great goal, and
yes,
Williams had no chance.
Yes, gets it away down the right hand side is Schaffenberg, who's gone down. No foul against him. He went down holding his head. He's back up on his feet now. And South Africa will look to try and equalise. And can South Africa, the Bafana, get something on a former player's birthday who did well for them? We'll be looking down on him thinking we should have done better defensively there. But my oh my, what a game. And what a winner. What a way to get the winner if it turns out to be the winner. As the ball's over the top, he's promised David in behind. Can he get there? Promised David, he can't. In South Africa, they're coming away with possession. Next time we go out and play, Dan, we'll get you to give us the reasons and give us your play the match in full in just a moment. Until next time the ball goes out of play, or we get a stoppage in play. Because this has been a good game today. The offside flag is up there, so the free kick to Canada. So Dan, would you like to give us your play of the match and explain reasons behind today's play of the match, sponsored by Football Live?
So my player of the match, I picked it just before the goal winning, is number 14 for South Africa, Mbakazi, and I just think he's been outstanding. Well, he was outstanding at the back prior to the goal, preventing the Jonathan David from having a tap in. I think he was the one who stopped the cross in the first half, the goal on the line. He was certainly involved in preventing Canada from taking one of the 3 chances they had late on in the first half. I think he's played well. I think he's played the ball out from the back nicely. It was between him and Ime Okan, and I think I've just shaded Mbakazi for the reasons I give. Russ.
Yes, thank you very much, Dan. As South Africa trying to come forward with given possession, whereas Schaffenberg just sends it long downfield into the final 20 seconds of this game to go. It looks like he may be adding an extra minute on to this, though, for the goal and for the celebrations when all of the bench came on, including the manager Jesse Marsh. Ball into the penalty area, cleared away. Looks like we're into the final 60 seconds of the game now. The referee said he's going to add on the 1 more minute due to the celebrations for the Canadian goal, which looks like to be the winning goal as well here. South Africa 0, Canada 1. Here's the scoreline. Will there be one last chance for South Africa to rescue things and go to extra time in this game. Or will Canada come out away with the win? Is sent downfield. South Africa won the ball at the other end of the field. This is the wrong end from the South African persuasion. The right end for the Canadian persuasion is cleared away. Down the play for a throw in South Africa. They look to go with it quickly. Last chance saloon now. It's in towards the penalty area, and there comes the goalkeeper, Maxime Crepeau, who rolls onto the ball. There's a free kick here to Canada. Foul on Laria by the number 14, Mbakazi, who's your player of the match, and he's just giving away a free kick there. And it looks as though Canada, as soon as this ball is cleared, the full-time whistle will go and Canada will be into the last 16 of this game. Jesse Marsh, remarkable job, South Africa, heading out of the competition. Anywhere will do now for Canada. We wanted it to send one downfield straight into the other half like a rugby kick. And it's all over. The full-time whistle has gone. The late goal from Esquadio, the number 7 for Canada, with the winner in stoppage time. And they have got the job done in the end. It was a fantastic performance. And Canada have come out on top in this game with the victory in the end. And Dan, what a game. And after watching that, Dan, would you say that South Africa deserved to go out and Canada was deserved winners in this game?
I think after watching this game, Russ, I think Canada deserved to go through, only just. They offered more as an attacking unit. South Africa, I don't know, at times seemed to be looking to play for extra time and penalties. They could have made a few more changes in the second half, freshen it up, get some fresh legs on. But overall, I don't think South Africa can be disappointed with the result, given the way the two teams played. Canada, I think, played exceptionally well. And with the previous games I've seen Canada play, I think towards the end of those games, Canada do seem to come on strong. So I'm not surprised to see Canada nick it in the last few minutes. I'm really not. I think they are slightly deserved winners. And congratulations to Canada, commiserations to South Africa. But I think after the opening game of the tournament, Russ, I think South Africa have come back and played very well and can now hold their heads up high.
Yes, and full time then, as is finished here, the SoFi Stadium, South Africa 0, Canada 1. Just a couple of comments here from Nicholas before we do leave it, and one from Danny as well. Nicholas says, Canada through to the round of 16. Who'd have thought it? Well, certainly not me. I didn't think they'd get as far as I thought they'd go out in the round of 32. And Danny Rumsey says, great stream, lads. Thank you very much, Danny. That means a lot to myself and to Daniel and to all of the team here. Danny, make sure you come back tomorrow at 6 o'clock. See if Tanaka plays for Japan against Brazil tomorrow night. That will be our next live offering here on the channel. Brazil against Japan, 6 o'clock kickoff for that game. Make sure you join us for that one at the NGR Stadium in Houston, Texas, for that one. But full time in this match tonight, as myself and Dan will leave you, it is finished. South Africa 1, South Africa 0, Canada 1. Canada are through to the round of 16 at this year's World Cup. For myself, from Dan, and the rest of the team here, see you again soon. Take care, and bye for now.